Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is Thursday, September 18th, 2025, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App $ORIONNWSF or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got the Seattle Mariners versus the Kansas City Royals. First pitch is going to be here in roughly 5 minutes. So let's cue up the music, take a look at the thumb, and let's get into the starting lineups. Happy Thursday, everyone. And on the thumb, on the left, going 4 for 4 last night. I had a good feeling that good vibes only was eventually going to come around, and he did. Eugenio Suarez. And on the right, one of the best shortstops in the game, superstar Bobby Witt Jr. And now let's get into the starting lineups here first for the visiting Seattle Mariners. Leading off for the Mariners in left field, Randy Arozarena. Batting second, catching today for Seattle, big dumper Cal Raleigh. Will he break Ken Griffey Jr.'s record of 56 home runs today? There's a very good chance that happens. Batting third, playing center field, who's been spectacular in the second half of the season, Julio Rodriguez. Batting cleanup, batting fourth, first baseman, it's Nails, Josh Naylor. Batting fifth, DHing today for Seattle, Jorge Polanco. Batting sixth, playing third base, good vibes only, Eugenio Suarez. Great to see you go 4 for 4, and it's just kind of crazy. It's either nothing or everything, and hopefully we have a repeat performance of what you did yesterday or something close to that. Let's go, Gino. Batting seventh, playing right field. The last time we saw Dominic Canzone, he went 5 for 5 with 3 home runs. We're going to need a good performance today. Maybe some Dom bombs. Dominic Canzone. Batting eighth and playing second base. Welcome to the lineup, Leo Rivas. And batting ninth, playing shortstop, defensive extraordinaire, and can even come up with big home runs once in a while, J.P. Crawford. And on the mound for the Mariners with a 9-8 record, an ERA of 3.76, it is La Piedra Luis Castillo. And now let's get into the starting lineups for the home Kansas City Royals. Leading off for the Royals in center field, Mike Yastrzemski. Batting second, playing shortstop, one of the best in the world, Bobby Witt Jr. Batting third, playing first base, their most underrated player, Vinny Pasquantino. Batting cleanup, batting fourth, third baseman, Michael Garcia. Batting fifth, DHing today for the Royals, future Hall of Famer Salvador Perez. Batting sixth, playing left field, the former Mariner, Adam Frazier. Batting seventh, playing right field, Jack Caglione. Batting eighth, catching today for Kansas City, Carter Jensen. And batting ninth, playing second base, Michael Massey. And on the mound for the Royals with a 5-5 record, an ERA of 3.71, it is Stephen Kolek. And we're going to be shooting for 100 likes, 100 on the Dono train. Shout out to University of YouTube with a $10 dono before the stream even started to get us on a good foot. And we'll be shooting for 5 to 15 subs. And right now we're only 65 away from 22,000. Awesome. Reflect in the building. What's good? All day in the building. What's good? I know it's a little early, Marine being in the building. But again, I do feel that we're going to win today. We're going to get the series win, and then we're going to get our 3 best pitchers against Houston on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Brian Wu, George Kirby, and Logan Gilbert. And definitely excited for the opportunity. We got Beavers and Ducks this weekend, as well as Huskies and Cougs, for the Civil War and the Apple Cup. And again, a lot of great action as we go into the NFL on Sunday as well. It's going to be a jam-packed, next 3-4 days. And again, we want to make sure that we get the job done here today. And again, with Gino, a lot of times it's either going to be ice cold or red hot. There's usually not really an in-between. Not sure if anyone expected 4 for 4. I did predict that he would homer yesterday, right before that at-bat, and he did. And again, hopefully we can keep the good vibes rolling. And we're going to need better production out of the team rather than just Naylor and Gino. We're going to need Cal to homer today. We might need Julio to homer today. And again, hopefully we can get off to a good, fast start here. First pitch to Randy. And if Randy gets on base, it really does set the tone. And again, whether he gets hit on the knee, if he gets plunked, if he gets walked or gets a single or double, if we can get on the board first, it could be a long day for Kansas City. So 0-1 pitch, crushes it towards right field, foul. And even if Luis Castillo is a little off, right, even if he ends up giving up a few runs, hopefully the Mariners can put up around 6 to 10. And that way, if Luis ends up giving up, 3-4 runs, we'll be just fine. No balls and 2 strikes from Kolek to Randy Arosarena. What's good? Appreciate the early dono from late last night, transferring over to today. So we're at 10 because of you. Appreciate you and your generosity to the channel for me and my pup and the NWSF. And hopefully we'll be able to get off to a fast start here. 0-2 pitch. Slow dribbler. Run, Randy, run! Throw to first. And out. Ooh, that was close. That might have been the fastest I've seen Randy run to first in a minute. But Michael Garcia's got a cannon for an arm at third base. I mean, it really does fly out of his arm into, obviously, to the first base mitt faster than most third basemen. 1 away. And could this be the moment that we can end up making history to set the tone? Solo dinger, 247 average, 56 homers, 118 ribbies. He's at 56 home runs. Like King Griffey Jr., I want to see 57 right here. Let's go, Big Dumper. Let's go, Cal Raleigh. First pitch, inside Cal with a cutter, 1-0 count. And again, we are going against a righty, so Cal getting to start the game for a lefty, is much better. And again, a good chance of Cal and Julio homering today. Hopefully both. 1-0 pitch. Takes a strike low and in the zone. 1 ball and 1 strike to Big Dumper, Cal Raleigh. Let's go, Cal. Tridents up. We love you. And he has 1 multi-homer game already. He may need 1 more, to be able to get to that 60 to 62 range. Big swing and a miss, low and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Big Dumper, Cal Raleigh. I mean, as I'm watching where the pitches are falling right now, it doesn't feel like necessarily he's going to hit a homer in this at-bat, but hopefully I'm wrong. That one is fouled off. I mean, I think the pitcher is the perfect pitcher for Cal to do it. I just don't know if it's going to be, at-bat number 1. It might be at-bat 2 or 3, but we'll, just based off the location, because that's usually where I can kind of judge things, based on where the ball is going. 1-2 pitch. Cal crushes that one, fading foul. But even if he doesn't homer here, just getting on base would be ideal. Hopefully we can get at least a run on the board within the first 2 innings. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Big Dumper, Cal Raleigh. Great to see Leo in the lineup. Absolutely. 1-2 pitch. Check swing. Did he go? And he did not. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Big Dumper, Cal Raleigh. Second is perfect in the lineup because when we get towards the end of the game, that gives them an extra at-bat. If you put them later in the lineup like 4th or even 3rd, sometimes you miss out on that maybe 5th at-bat instead of only having 4. So, again, we'll see where it goes. 2-2 pitch, big swing and a miss. Looks like my ESP was on point. Down goes Cal Raleigh, and that is 2 away. Next up is Julio Rodriguez. But again, if you've noticed in the past, when I was growing up in the 80s and 90s, traditionally, you would have the best hitters hitting in the 3, 4, and 5 spot, unless you had a great leadoff hitter like an Ichiro leading off. But now you're starting to see more of the dominant hitters batting higher in the lineup, not leading off necessarily, but typically in that 2 or 3 hole most of the time. But you're still going to have great hitters, cleanup hitters in that 4 and 5 hole spot as well. But it's usually strategy to get one extra at bat late in the game, especially if it goes to like a 9-1-2 order at the end of the game. You want that one last chance for your star player to get a big hit, home run, RBI, or something positive. 0-2 count here early to Julio Rodriguez. But I think the lineup is perfect. It's a very strong lineup. And again, we just have to hope that Luis Castillo doesn't give up, 5 runs or more. 3 runs or less will be fine. And Julio, line drive, but right there into left field. And that is 1, 2, 3. Down go the Mariners here early. And let's see who's up here for the Royals up next. And that was a nice catch by the former Mariner, Adam Frazier, there in left field. And hopefully Julio will be able to hit it into the gap, in between left field and center in the future. Leading off for the Royals in center field, Mike Yastrzemski. Batting second, shortstop superstar Bobby Witt Jr. And the most underrated player on Kansas City, playing first base, Vinny Pasquantino. And on the mound for the Mariners, it's been a roller coaster for Bryce Miller and Luis Castillo this year. Hopefully this will be 3 runs or less, preferably 0-2, but the Royals have been hitting the Mariners pretty well lately. 9-8 record, 3.76 ERA. It's La Piedra, Luis Castillo. And Luis is kind of like Gino. Sometimes it's going to be really ugly, but when he's hot, he's really on. And hopefully the good version of Luis will happen here today. And I'm hoping the Mariner bats will open up and we can score 6 to 10 runs. So even if we give up, 3 or 4, by Luis Castillo, the bats will make up for it later today. We definitely need the series win. We're a half game back to the Astros. We need to be able to take that lead back. And again, this Astros series is going to be so crucial on the road. We got to shoot for 2 out of 3, just like in this series. Sweep the Rockies at home and shoot for 2 out of 3 at home versus the Dodgers. Mike in the building, what's good? Brian in the building, what's good? Yeah, I mean, a lot of times, things change, based off, pitch calm and no shifting and, obviously making the games go a little bit quicker and whatnot. But definitely strategy of having some of your better hitters in that 2 to 3 spot rather than the 4 and the 5 is strategy. That is for sure. First pitch from Castillo to Yastrzemski, high and inside, 94 miles an hour, 4-seam fastball, 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch. Inside, paints the corner beautifully with that 4-seam fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike to Mike Yastrzemski. And hopefully we get a few 0-2 counts, rather than 2-0, 3-0 counts for Luis. You'll be able to really see if he's locked in the strike zone or not. And the best part about today's start, that's going to give us a really good chance to win, it's not Mitch Garver catching. Cal will be able to call a great game for Luis and help him out, even when he's struggling. It's great to have that leadership, obviously, at catcher, much better than Garver, as we know. Pitch fouled off, high and inside. 1-2 pitch. Pitch is low and inside at the knees. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Mike Yastrzemski. And hopefully we get some great defense here today, a few double plays, leave quite a few guys stranded for the Royals, and we can capitalize in the box on offense. And Yastrzemski gets jammed, and it's floating foul. And again, Luis is going to be, just kind of like Gino. Sometimes it's going to be great, and other times it's going to be a little ugly. And hope that Luis is locked in here today. This is a must-win game for us. 2-2 pitch. Popped up. Good pitch by Luis. Shallow right field. Who's going to get it? And there we go. Leo Rivas in the lineup. Polo would never. And it's great to have Leo there defensively because we know Polo, Gino, and Randy sometimes are liabilities out there. So great to have Leo out there. Leo can bunt. Leo can obviously steal bags. He's got great baseball IQ. And honestly, I would have him starting every game. But again, the days that we have Garver catching, you got to have Cal in the lineup. And again, Polo should only DH, in my opinion. Next up is Bobby Witt Jr. I mean, we got to be able to have great defenders out there, you know, especially when Randy is a liability in left. Gino, most of the time, gets the job done at third, but Polo is just as bad at defense as Randy, except it's not really effort. It's being out of position. 1-0 pitch. And Witt crushes it in the right field foul. 1 ball and 1 strike from Castillo to Witt. I believe so. Pitch is high and inside. 2 balls and 1 strike to Bobby Witt Jr. Let's go, baby. 2-1 pitch. Foul back into Cal. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Bobby Witt Jr. Let's go, La Piedra. And again, it's been, you know, peaks and valleys. Some starts have been amazing. Other starts have been horrendous. And again, we just need you to do your job. And again, the defense is going to be great behind you. And just try not to get in too many 2-0, 3-0 situations. Witt pops up, and that's fading foul. Count still remains 2 balls and 2 strikes to Luis Castillo to Bobby Witt Jr. And as I'm looking at the pitch graph, you know, most of the pitches are in the zone, which is a good sign. But also, Luis sometimes gets a little bit too confident of his arm and goes down the middle. And again, if you're not careful, that'll turn into a home run or 2 or 3. So hopefully, you know, that isn't the case here today. I mean, I know sometimes we all feel that we could do things that we could do when we were in our 20s, but Father Time is undefeated. 2 balls, 2 strikes here at the bottom of the first. 0-0 Mariners and Royals in a must-win game for Seattle. Half game back on the Houston Astros. I feel confident in our team here today. 2-2 pitch. Popped up. And I like this in the same exact spot. Leo Rivas says, I got it. And great catch. Look at the defense by Leo. I mean, you got Dom out there. You got Naylor out there. But again, Polo, he would never, you know, and again, it's nice to be able to have that guy, you know, that can pick up the slack. And again, not only is he going to do it defensively, don't be surprised if Leo does something in the box here today. Great job by Leo Rivas getting the first 2 outs. I mean, we want to shoot for 2 wins out of 3 against Houston. Realistically, it'll probably be 1 out of 3 unless we win game 1. If we win game 1, we have a good chance for 2 out of 3. If we drop game 1, we're probably only going to win 1 game out of 3. That's just being real. You know, sweeping the Astros in their building would be shocking, you know, but again, anything is possible, you know, with this Seattle Mariner team. And we do have Wu, Kirby, and Gilbert pitching. We don't have Castillo and Miller, so that does give us a better chance, you know, to win 2 out of 3. And if we win the first 2, who knows? Maybe a sweep could be, you know, something that could happen. But, you know, we got to take care of today first. Takes a strike looking right down the middle to Vinny Pasquantino. 2 balls and 1 strike from Castillo to Pasquantino. We're 0.5 back, yes. 2-1 pitch, fouls it off behind the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Vinny Pasquantino. Two-two pitch, line drive. Julio is there. No fly zone, no problem. And that is 1, 2, 3. Nice job by Luis Castillo. Great job by Leo Rivas, as well as Julio Rodriguez with the defense. We love that. Great job, Ems. Yeah, we've had a pretty good record against the Astros the last 2 to 3 years overall, so. We got to be blessed You know, that even though he starts slow, there's not a player at center field that I would want more on the Mariners at this point than Julio Rodriguez. He can do it offensively. He can do it defensively. Good vibes only. Less pressure, you know, for him to be the face of the franchise. You know, have Cal take that responsibility, and it's going to make Julio a better player. For every Michael Jordan, they have to have a Scottie Pippen. And again, nice job by Julio. Nice job by Leo Rivas defensively. Let's see who's up next here for Seattle in the top of the second. End of the first, 0-0 Mariners and Royals. Leading off for the Mariners in the cleanup spot, first baseman Josh Naylor. Let's go Big Grumper. Let's go Nails. Batting second, DHing today for Seattle, Jorge Polanco. And batting third after going 4 for 4 and a big home run yesterday. Let's see if the hot streak can continue. Third baseman, good vibes only, Eugenio Suarez. Trident's up. Let's go M's. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 100 likes, 100 on the Dono train. We are at 10:90 to go. And we'll be shooting for 5 to 15 subs, 65 to go to hit 22,000, which we should hit by this weekend against the Astros, which is very exciting. On the mound for the Royals with a 5-5 record, ERA of 3.71, Stephen Kolek. And Naylor with a hit right up the middle, baby. That's what I'm talking about. There we go. Let's get the party started. Nice job by Josh Naylor, bringing that electricity early with a single right up the middle. Beautiful. Next up, Jorge Polanco, who's been getting singles and doubles at a rapid rate. Let's see if we can get an early RBI or an early threatening situation here for Eugenio Suarez, who is on deck. If Polo gets on and Gino hits a homer, 3-0 Mariners, you know we're not losing this game. Let's go. First pitch to Polo, should have been called strike, but called ball. 1-0 count. Let's go Polo. 1-0 pitch. High and away, but in the zone. 1 ball and 1 strike to Jorge Polanco. And we know Nails is a great bag stealer. He swipes the bags. He'll get us in a runner in scoring position. And Polo crushes it in the gap. Let's go. Let's go. Go, baby, go. Run, Naylor, go. Yes. Go, Naylor, go. Go, go, go. Yeah. 1-0 Mariners. Let's go. Naylor coming home from first base, a big hit in the gap by Jorge Polanco. And again, this Mariner team is destined for greatness. 1-0 Mariners. Naylor, you were hustling from first base. Great job as a bigger guy. And Polo, you're the man. Keep it up, baby. I love it. Another double by Jorge Polanco, bringing that electricity. Next up is Eugenio Suarez. Let's go. Hell yeah. That's exactly what we need in this game. We need to make sure we have the lead early and often. And let's see if we get a little Gino magic here. It would be great if Gino hits a 2-run jack right here to make us 3-0 Mariners. Come on. After a 4-for-4 day, let's keep it going. 0-1 pitch. Gino fouls it off himself, behind in the count 0-2. Let's go, baby. Hell yeah. No balls and 2 strikes to Eugenio Suarez. 0-2 pitch. Gino crushes it into right field, foul. Let's go, baby. Great start. Top of the second inning, 1-0 Seattle. 0-2 pitch from Kolek. Gino crushes it. into left field down that third base line, but just foul. And I imagine we're going to get a big hit like that against the Astros in Houston. It's either going to be a big home run, a single, that he'll spray, towards first base and second base. But I'm waiting for that big double, down that third base line all the way to the wall. Let's go, Gino. 0-2 pitch. Low and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Eugenio Suarez. Let's go, baby. We got to maximize this opportunity with no outs. You're on it all day. 1-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Down goes Gino. Helmet comes off, but that's okay. I feel that he'll get at least a hit. Obviously after you go 4 for 4, you can't expect him to go 4 for 4 back-to-back days, but hopefully he gets on base at least once, preferably twice. Next up is Dominic Canzone. Next up, we saw the Dom Bomb 2 days ago go 5 for 5 with 3 homers in his first time DHing. Let's go, Dom. First pitch to Dom is low and away. 0-1 count. Change up 87 miles an hour by Kolek. Let's go, Dom. .302 batting average, 10 homers, 28 ribbies in limited action. Pitches outside with the 4-seam fastball, 94 miles an hour. 1 ball and 1 strike from Kolek to Dominic Canzone. Must-win game for the Mariners here today to keep pace with Houston. 1-1 pitch. And too bad the Rangers couldn't give us a little bit of help, but, the Astros are a good team. Regardless if they lose a lot of their great players from last year to this year and have injuries to guys like Yordan Alvarez. As long as Altuve is there, they brought Correa at the deadline. They got great pitching with Hunter Brown. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be a battle, a war. 2-1 pitch. Pitch is outside. Great eye by Dominic Canzone. 2 balls and 1 strike, turning into 3 balls and 1 strike. Great position here for Dom. Take the walk if it's there. Don't get greedy. And crushes it. Line drive. Frazier. Back. Double play. Wow, what a play by Frazier. Polo not being too aware of where that ball was going. And again, the former Seattle Mariner doing the damage. But with that being said, at least we ended up getting that big, first run on the board. Again, that inning would have been great, to get 2 or 3 or 4, but again, you got to give the Royals credit. Great defense there and a couple nice balls hit to Frazier's area. And again, down go the Mariners with a unexpected double play. And it shows you, base running for the Mariners and awareness on the bags hasn't been the greatest, within the last 3 weeks. We've had quite a few guys get picked off at first, second, and third. In between the bags, obviously in between the pitch counts, and obviously in kind of these, hit and run situations, you got to be aware on where that ball is going. And if Polo didn't just run like that was going to be an instant hit, we would have only had 2 outs there with a chance to maybe add on another run. But, coulda, woulda, shoulda. You got to give the Royals credit. And let's go to the bottom of the second inning with a 1-0 lead. We'll take that. Good defense there by Kansas City. Next up, in the cleanup spot, third baseman has a rocket for an arm, Michael Garcia. Batting second, DHing today for Kansas City, the future Hall of Famer, Salvador Perez. And batting third, the Seattle Mariner, former player, left fielder, Adam Frazier. And on the mound for the Mariners, 9-8 record, 3.76 ERA, La Piedra Luis Castillo. Right hands up, let's go M's. Yeah, I mean, again, Polo ended up going more than halfway. You know, if he was only a couple steps off the bag, he would have been fine. But again, you know, base running is something that needs to be cleaned up, you know, for the Seattle Mariners, and hopefully the coaching staff will be able to relay that, you know, to the players. You know, you have to give the, you know, the defense the benefit of the doubt, especially depending on who's out there. I mean, now if that was hit to like someone like Randy, yeah, we would probably be good if they had a Randy at defense and left field. But, you know, for us, we don't have that luxury. You know, again, you want to make sure you know and respect who's out there. Pitch fouled off. 1-1 pitch. Popped up. Julio is there. And down goes Michael Garcia. Great job by Julio Rodriguez there in center field, and that is one away. But it's not just like a Polo thing. You know, and it's been, you know, quite a few players that have been not the greatest on the base paths, but, you know, hopefully that'll be the only bugaboo that we have here today. Next up is Salvador Perez. First pitch in there, high and away in the zone to Perez, 0-1 count. And typically, Salvador Perez and Mike Trout have been the Mariner killers over the years. You know, a thorn in our side, like Altuve as well. But hopefully we'll limit the damage, not give up any homers, and hopefully have a kind of a minimal day here for Perez. Big swing and a miss, high and away. Great pitch by Luis Castillo. No balls and 2 strikes. Here in the bottom of the second with nobody on and 1 out. Castillo on the mound, Perez in the box. Little dribbler up the middle. And JP out of position there. And a nice single there by Perez. Nice job by Perez. He is a stud. Next up, left fielder Adam Frazier. And now what we need is a double play. You're going to hit a slow dribbler right back to JP. We're going to throw Taylor, and we're going to get out of this inning. You know, if you're going to throw a double play and get us out, we're going to get it right back. Come on, Ems. First pitch, high and away, 1-0 count. 264 average, 7 homers, 40 ribbies, and limited action for Frazier. And again, we need to get a little payback. You get a double play on us, we get one right back. Slow dribbler to JP or Leo, throw to Naylor. Let's get out of this inning. 1-0 pitch, pitches inside. 2 balls and no strikes to Adam Frazier. And that's one thing about Frazier, pretty patient in the box. You know, for a guy that is a limited, you know, hitter and player that doesn't play every day typically. 2-0 pitch, and Frazier with a nice hit right in front of Julio, double bouncer, and now we got runners at first and second with Frazier and Perez. Come on now, double play, we need it. Next up, right fielder Jack Caglione. Come on, Luis. I mean, again, normally when we end up getting a lead, what happens to the Mariners? We give it right back, usually that next half inning, but let's see if we can actually hang on to a 1-0 lead for longer than a couple minutes. 6'5", 250 for Caglione. First pitch, big swing and a miss. Beautiful pitch with that slider, off-speed pitch, 84 miles an hour by La Piedra, 0-1 count. Let's go, Luis. We know you and Miller are our biggest liabilities on the mound, and we need the bats to be very good today to make up for it. Pitch is high and away. 1 ball and 1 strike to Caglione. One pitch, low and away. 2 balls and 1 strike from Castillo to Caglione. Come on, Luis. Trident's up. Let's go, Ems. Lock in, baby. Lock in. Castillo on the mound. Caglione in the box. 2-1 pitch. Slow dribbler. And fading towards first base, foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Caglione. Bottom of the second, runners at first and second with 1 out. We need a double play or just a cheap out here. I mean, we'll take a strike if we can get it, but I don't think we really expect too many, you know, from Bryce and Louise, you know, on a game in, game out basis. We'll take whatever we get, even if that's only 4 or 5 Ks. Get a lot of cheap pop-ups and ground outs. 2-2 pitch. Crushes it into left field, fading foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Caglione. One out with 2 on. Runners at first and second. 2-2 pitch. Low and at the knees. Count is full. Come on, Louise. I can't have you have a meltdown this early. It's only the second inning. Count now is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. From Castillo to Caglione. Give me a slow dribbler to JP or Leo. Throw to Naylor. Let's get out of this inning. Double play. 3-2 pitch. Slow dribbler. Grab it. Oh, we got lucky there. It went foul. I mean, with probably about an inch to go, 6 inches to go. Good job by Naylor there. Oh, we wouldn't have had a double play on that ball anyways. We'd have only been able to get 1 out. But thankfully, that ball finally ended up going foul and almost touches the shoe of Caglione. Come on, Ems. Trident's up. Come on, Castillo. 3-2 pitch to Caglione. Popped up, yes. Should be a routine play here. There we go. Leo Rivas staying busy today with already 3 outs and keeping those runners stranded at first and second. I love having Leo at second compared to Polo. I mean, again, I just love this player. You know, and again, 10 years in the farm with 3 different teams. You know, he deserves to be able to get a chance to play. And again, if it was me, I'd have him play every day. I think we play better with JP and Leo together, you know, having a dynamic duo defensively, and it brings out the best in JP, I feel, offensively when Leo's in the lineup as well. And now they're coming up with some strategy here for Carter Jensen. Remember, he did hit 2 home runs in game number 1. The same game where Cal hit 2 home runs as a catcher, and Dominic Canzone had 3, going 5 for 5. Got to be careful on how you pitch to Carter Jensen. Let's go, Ems. We got this, baby. 1-0 Seattle. Runners at first and second with 2 outs. Castillo on the mound. Carter Jensen in the box. Let's go, baby. You got this. First pitch to Jensen. Crushes it into left field. Foul. Got to be careful. You know, going right down the middle, 94 miles an hour. You know, most hitters that are on point, that's a home run. So got to be careful. You're not 25 anymore, La Piedra. 0-1 pitch, high and away. Beautiful 4-seam fastball right outside on the edge. Probably should have been called ball, but called strike outside of the line. No balls and 2 strikes to Carter Jensen. 0-2 pitch. Slow dribbler right back to Cal, but in foul territory. Count still remains off the foul tip. No balls and 2 strikes to Carter Jensen. Let's go, baby. And I haven't decided if I'm going to be doing the Bills and the Dolphins later today for a second stream for Thursday Night Football. 0-2 pitch, slow dribbler goes foul. Most Thursday night matchups I look this year are terrible. There's like maybe 4 all season that are actually like watchable. You know, it's pretty lopsided with the matchups. We know the Bills are going to win by 1 billion, but you know, I have to decide on how Paisley is doing, and we may or may not do that one tonight. I haven't really decided yet. 0-2 pitch, big swing to miss, and a big punch out by La Piedra. Let's go. Hey, we left a couple stranded, and so did they. This is the good Louise. Great job by La Piedra. That's what I'm talking about, baby. And again, if this was earlier in the year, we're down 3-1 right now. And again, great job by Louise. Great job with the defense as well. Let's keep it going. And a great job by Leo Rivas being implemented in the lineup, already with 3 outs credited to his name. Let's go. And after playing some good D, guess who's up? Leo Rivas. Let's see if we can get a surprise single, double, triple, or home run to stun them here early. Batting second, shortstop in the 9-hole, hitting home run number 11 last night, J.P. Crawford. Ice water in his veins, and I really truly feel that he plays better with Leo in the lineup. Let's go, J.P. And back at the top of the order, be productive. 0 for 1, left fielder, Randy Arosarena. And again, when Randy gets going, it trickles down to Cal and Julio. Let's go, Randy. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. Haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. 144 in the room. We're trying to get to 100 likes. 100 on the dono train. We're at 10. 90 to go. And we'll be shooting for 5 to 15 subs. And we needed 65 going into the stream to get to 22,000. Exciting. Let's go, baby. Cody says we're at 45. There we go. So we got at least 100 people in the room that haven't done it yet. We get half of those people. We'll be at goal. Let's go. First pitch by Rivas. 0-1 count. Come on, Leo. And he bunted foul, and he's one of those guys that can bunt like Robles. And again, I would love to see some bunts at some point. Come on, Leo. 0-1 pitch. High and away. Good eye by Rivas. 1 ball and 1 strike from Kolek to Rivas. One pitch. High and away. Leo's got great patience, great baseball IQ in the box. 2-1 pitch. Takes a strike looking. Nice cutter there by Kolek. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Leo Rivas. Come on, Leo. I mean, imagine if we would have had Leo instead of Dylan Moore months ago. We probably would have a 5-game lead on the Astros right now. 2-2 pitch, high and away. Good patience by Leo Rivas. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes from Kolek to Rivas. And Leo crushes that one into left field off that sinker, 94 miles an hour. Count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and no outs. Top of the 3rd inning, 1-0 Mariner lead. Rivas crushes it towards first base. Little toe tap on the bag, and that is 1 away. Good defense there by Kansas City. I mean, there's a few people that do baseball, compared to, football. I mean, the NFL market is oversaturated, but you're not going to get too many people that are going to be as dedicated or passionate, as the NWSF. That's facts. Next up is J.P. Crawford. JP with some miraculous defensive plays yesterday. And then what did that turn into? A big home run. Let's see if we can get some love and some magic here for JP. 264 average, 11 homers and 53 ribbies. And if we see any, Sports Center top 10 type of defensive plays, and that batter is up in that next inning, could end up being a big home run like it was for JP yesterday. Always keeping that in mind when you're watching defense. It trickles over to the offense. JP hit right up the middle, throw to first. And Bobby Witt Jr. says, not today, JP. 2 away. 2 up and 2 down. Next up, left fielder, Randy Arosarena. Come on, Randy. This should be a good time for an unexpected home run, single or double. Let's go. So important to be able to have a guy that sets the tone at the top of the lineup. Let him know all day. First pitch, Randy takes a strike looking, 0-1 count. Let's go, baby. Pitches low and at the knees with that sinker. Paints the corner. Could have been called strike. Very questionable. 94 miles an hour with that sinker. 1 ball and 1 strike. Could be 0-2 right now on Randy. 1-1 pitch from Kolek. Big swing and a miss. Happy Gilmore golf swing. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Randy Arosarena. One-two pitch, low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Randy Arosarena. Come on, baby. Give me this, Randy. Give me that swagger. Let's go. 2-2 pitch. And just gets a piece. Throw to first, and that is out number 3. A little disappointing inning there in the top of the 3rd. But again, hopefully we'll be able to get something going in the 4th. Let's go to the bottom of the 3rd inning and see who's up next here for the Kansas City Royals. But we can't complain. It's not like we're down 1-0. And again, getting that lead early is great. And we've been able to hang on to it for more than a half inning, which is not usual. Next up for the Royals in the 9th hole, second baseman Michael Massey. Back at the top of the order, 0 for 1, center fielder Mike Yastrzemski. And batting third, 0 for 1, shortstop superstar Bobby Witt Jr. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. Let's go, baby. Halfway to the goal. Let's see if we can get that other 50, baby. Let's get it. Stand with Ukraine in the building. What's good? So again, Bills and Dolphins later today. Don't know if I'm going to do the stream or just watch it with Paisley. We will be doing Mariners Astros on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'll probably end up doing the Ducks and the Beavers at noon, and then we'll do the Mariner game right after. So it'll be a long day for me on Saturday, but so be it. And then the Mariners play late, normally when we would see like Sunday Night Football, but the Astros and Mariners are more important at this point in the season. So we're going to do Mariners, and then we'll end up doing Monday Night Football for the NFL fans, obviously at that point when the Mariners have a day off. So we want to make sure that we're, locked in, since we don't have very many games left. When you're sitting at, like 10, 11 games to go, we want to make sure that we're locked in for every single one. So, and this is 10 games here, and obviously after this is over, we'll have 9. 3 against the Astros on the road, try to win 2 out of 3, sweep the Rockies at home for all 3, and then try to win 2 out of 3 against the Dodgers, even though Shohei Ohtani is getting hot at the right time. Great year, for Cal, Schwarber, and Ohtani, compared to the steroid era. These guys are doing it clean, which is significant, rather than, guys that hit 50 home runs, with like Bonds and Sosa, with all those guys that cheated. Takes a strike looking, 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch, fouled off, high and away. Good count here to Massey. No balls and 2 strikes from Luis Castillo to Michael Massey. 0-2 pitch, high and away. This is the corner there by about 2 inches. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Michael Massey. Come on, baby. One-two pitch, high and away. 4-seam fastball missing. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Castillo to Massey. And remember, a few weeks back, Castillo had a problem of giving up, multiple home runs, 2, 3, 4 in a game. So far, so good. And again, you have to give credit to Cal Raleigh for some of this as well. Not having all those pitches right down the middle, typically when he lines up with Garth. Pitch is low and away. Count now is full. 3-2 pitch. Popped up into center field. Get it, Julio. And there it is. Julio Rodriguez with the no-fly zone. And that is 1 away. Great job, J-Rod. Love ya. Next up, back at the top of the order, center fielder, 0 for 1, Mike Yastrzemski. Takes a strike looking, 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch, hits to Randy. Luckily, Randy doesn't have to move that far, and that is 2 away. Nice job by Randy Arosarena. Next up is shortstop Bobby Witt Jr. 0 for 1. Let's make it 0 for 2. We know how great Bobby is. Can change the game with a single swing. First pitch to Witt, and he gets jammed up, and that one is in foul territory, bounces into the net, 0-1 count. Come on, D. Let's go, baby. Got to win this series. 22 homers and 80 ribbies for Bobby Witt Jr. this season. 0-1 pitch, foul tip. Back into Cal. No balls and 2 strikes to Bobby Witt Jr. Try dance up. Let's go, M's. Bottom of the third, 1-0 Seattle. Nobody on with 2 out. 2 pitch to Witt. Popped up. And this is a great call, by Cal. I'm watching the spread, based on where these balls are going on the baseball graphs and, through ESPN and MLB. And again, not too many right down the middle when he would, potentially have Garv. He's working all sides of the plate. And there we go. Strike swinging. Little check swing, but he went around, and that is strike 3. Great job by Cal Raleigh and Luis Castillo working beautifully together. Let's go, baby. Let's go to the top of the 4th inning, and this is where we're going to take the lead even more than 1-0. Let's go. End of the 3rd inning, 1-0 Mariners. Great job by Luis Castillo today. Next up, 0 for 1 with a K. Could this be the moment where he breaks Ken Griffey Jr.'s record and gets to 57 home runs? I sure as hell hope so. Big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Try dance up. Batting second, 0 for 1. Another guy that's overdue for a home run. Julio Rodriguez. Going back-to-back would just be sensational. And batting third, 1 for 1 with a run, first baseman, Josh Naylor. Let's go, Nails. You're due for a home run as well. Let's go, baby. Top of the 4th inning, 1-0 Mariners. This could be a very productive inning, especially if Cal starts it off with a home run. Let's go. First pitch to Cal, high and away, 0-1 count. Come on, big dumper, let's go. 1-0 pitch, takes a strike looking, high and away, should have been called ball. Terrible call by this ump. And again, definitely it feels like in this particular series, they've been favoring the Royals rather than the Mariners. It's been a little lopsided. 1-1 pitch. Cal crushes it towards first base, but not far enough. Toe tap on the bag, and that is 1 away. We're going to have to wait for another at-bat for Cal Raleigh, or potentially in the Astro series for him to hit that home run. 1 down. Next up, center fielder Julio Rodriguez, who is overdue for a home run. Could we get it right here? Let's go, J-Rod. He's got 30 home runs. I want to see 31. Julio crushes it into left field, and it's fading foul away from Frazier. Man, they have a high net over there in left field. You know how you usually see some ballparks, they'll have a net that's like, maybe 10 to 15 feet? That one in left field looks like it's 40 feet high. Top of the fourth inning, Kolek on the mound, Julio in the box with a 0-1 count. Come on, J-Rod. 0-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss by Julio. Stay on your feet, my guy. Don't be swinging like you did in the first half of the season. Keep that balance. No balls and 2 strikes from Kolek to Julio. Julio's got a little bit of a gimp. I hope he's okay. I don't know if he tweaked his knee or his back or whatnot there, but let's look at this swing again. Oh, he actually fouled it off himself. That's why he was gimping. Foul. Oh, it hit him. I mean, he tipped it, but it kind of hit his leg. Pitch is high and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Kolek to Julio. Settle in, Julio. I know that probably hurt. Anytime you foul tip, the ball into your leg or ankle or foot, it's not ideal. 1-2 pitch. Julio crushes it foul towards that third base line into left field. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Julio Rodriguez. Come on, J-Rod. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. Top of the fourth inning, 1-0 Mariners here early. And once Kolek goes out, hopefully they'll have a meltdown, and that's where we take advantage. 1-2 pitch. High and away. Good eye by J-Rod. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Kolek to Julio Rodriguez. 2-2 pitch. Julio crushes it towards third base foul. Long at bat here for J-Rod. Let's see if we can capitalize on this long at bat with a base hit or a home run. Top of the fourth inning, 1-0 Seattle with nobody on and 1 out. Stephen Kolek on the mound. Julio Rodriguez in the box. Let's go, J-Rod. Two-two pitch. Julio crushes this one into right field, but that one is fading foul. Pulled that baseball. 4 ground outs, 2 fly outs, 3 strikeouts for Kolek. Come on, J-Rod. Pitch number 8 incoming. You don't typically see that. And big swing and a miss. Down goes J-Rod after that 8th pitch. And that is 2 away. Next up is first baseman Josh Naylor. He was the one to kind of get the party started since Randy, Cal, and Julio are not necessarily unreliable, but again, haven't been able to find a rhythm just yet. But let's see if Naylor and Polo can be the heroes here with Gino. Let's go, Josh. Scoring from first after that big double by Polo. Let's see if he can start a rally with 2 outs. We know he can. Let's go, Nails. Let's go, Big Grumper, who also is due for a home run, but we'll take a single to keep the party going. Rockies is possible. Dodgers isn't. We want to shoot for 2 out of 3, but we might only win 1 out of 3. Same thing with the Astros on the road. We're going to shoot for 2 out of 3, but we might only win 1 out of 3. So you have to respect the opponent, and it's just one of those things. Those teams are good. First pitch to Naylor. Little slow dribbler into the infield, throw to first, and that is the end of the Mariners in the top of the 4th inning. We're still hanging on to a 1-0 lead. And let's see who's up next here for Kansas City. Looks like it's going to be kind of one of those grinded out type of games until we get a weak pitcher, and then we can take advantage here after Kolek goes out. And hopefully we still have a 1-0 lead at that point, or we have more runs, and they're still at 0. Next up, 0 for 1, first baseman Vinny Pasquantino. Batting second, 0 for 1, with a laser arm at third, Michael Garcia. And batting third, 1 for 1, DHing today, Salvador Perez. Trident's up, let's go M's. Chris in the building, what's good? And Polo double to right, Naylor scored from first. So right now it's 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for the Mariners. 0 runs and 2 hits for the Royals, and the only 2 people that have hits are Salvador Perez and Adam Frazier, the former Mariners. So it's been a little slow. It's been a pitcher's duel, and hopefully we'll be able to expand our lead once Colette goes out. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. You haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 100 likes, 100 on the dono train. We're at 10, 90 to go, and we're looking for 5 to 15 subs, about 65 to go to hit 22,000. Let's go. And a big matchup tomorrow with Brian Wu, our ace, versus their ace, Hunter Brown. That's going to be must-see TV, baby. And we got our best 3 pitchers with Wu, Kirby, and Gilbert going against the Astros, so we don't have to worry about, Miller and Castillo fumbling the bag. So that is ideal. Those guys will be pitching against the Rockies, and we should still be able to get enough runs, even if they're a little shaky. First pitch fouled off by Pasquantino, fouled off, high and away, with the changeup, 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch, popped up and behind the plate. No balls and 2 strikes from Castillo to Pasquantino. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. Doing good. How are you? No, it's going to be absolutely terrible. I mean, I haven't decided if I'm going to do it yet, but the Dolphins are, a bottom 3 team in the NFL. The Bills might be the best team in the AFC. So I would assume the Bills are going to win by, probably 20 or more, maybe 30. And big swing and a miss. I mean, unless somehow, some way the Dolphins, can score early and get a few turnovers on Allen. But, I assume that's going to be a massacre. Down goes Pasquantino. See you later. Nice job by Luis Castillo La Piedra. We like that. Bring that electricity. Baby, that's 1 away. Next up is Michael Garcia. But I was actually looking at the schedule, and I would say 80% of the Thursday night games are terrible. Just being real. There's a few that are going to be good later in the year, like the Bucks and the Falcons. That'll be great, because both teams are good. But, a lot of the matchups are very lopsided. More quality matchups on Sunday night and Monday night football. But that's how it's always been. Thursday night is usually kind of the shitty night, for football based off matchups. They don't really do Thursday night justice, so to speak. Takes a strike looking high and away. 2 balls and 1 ball and 2 strikes to Michael Garcia. Yeah, I could definitely see a score like that, Scott. 38-10, definitely. One-two pitch. Slow dribbler right up the middle. Throw to first. Wow, high throw. Naylor, great catch. And that is 2 away. Down goes Michael Garcia. Great defense there by the M's. It doesn't matter if it's going to be J.P. Crawford with a throw or Leo Rivas. We're going to get it done. Great job. Next up is Salvador Perez. First pitch in there, right down the middle with the slider, off-speed pitch with the strike, 0-1 count. And honestly, if we had Mitch Garver catching right now, we're probably down. So we have to be happy that Cal is in there. He's definitely helping Castillo call a great game here today, especially with Castillo having a problem giving up home runs and multiple home runs and starts, earlier in the year. 1-1 pitch. That one is fouled off into right field. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Salvador Perez. Yeah, Ducks will obliterate the Beavers. Beavers are 0-3. Ducks are 3-0. The Cougs should give a little bit of a fight in the first half with the Huskies, but I would assume the Huskies will find a way and win that game. 1-2 pitch is popped up. Naylor is there. And great catch by Josh. And we get out of the inning. Great job by Cal. Great job by Luis Castillo. And let's go to the top of the 5th inning, and let's see if we can get to, run number 2 and run number 3. Let's go. See if we can separate ourselves. But again, we might just have to wait for Kolek to exit, but hopefully we can do a little bit of damage here in this lineup. And I like the 3 guys that we have up here. Next up, 1-for-1 with an RBI double, scoring nailer from first, Jorge Polanco. Batting second after going 4-for-4 yesterday, after going 0 for a billion in the last month and a half. Great game yesterday. Let's keep it up. 0-for-1 with a K. Let's see if we can get a single, double, triple, or home run. Good vibes only, Eugenio Suarez. And batting third after having yesterday off and in game number 1, DHing for the first time, going 5-for-5 and 3 home runs, 0-for-1, Dominic Canzone. Let's see if we can get a Dom bomb at some point here today. End of the 4th inning, 1-0 Mariners. Yeah, but unfortunately, if you don't care about the Hawks or the Cardinals, that's not really like must-see TV. Now, if you're a fan of both of those teams, yeah, and we would assume that it'll be better than this week's game, but we don't really know how that will play out, obviously there's going to be, hardcore fans of the Cardinals and the Hawks. And if you look at the records that are in the NFC West, it's a little surprising, early on and whatnot. But I would assume, let's hope that we have at least, some games on Thursday night that are watchable rather than just complete blowouts. And again, it should be a pretty even matchup, and we'll see how that ends up playing out. You would assume the Hawks would have a slight edge, but we'll find out if that is true. Top of the 5th inning, 1-0 Seattle. Jorge Polanco in the box. 24 homers, 73 ribbies, takes a strike looking, 0-1 count. Little slow dribbler. And toe tap on the bag, and that is 1 away. I don't really think it's batting average that we have to worry about with Cal. I think that most people already have him as the AL MVP. But I mean, if he can get to 60 home runs or more, then some of those haters that are like judge only, based on just like batting average and, slugging, they'll have to be like, okay, yeah, he deserves it. But I mean, even with the home runs that he's at now, he's number 1 in MLB, over Schwarber and Ohtani, and again, if we didn't have Cal, we're not in the playoffs. Without Judge, Yankees still might be able to make it, and again, it all depends on what your criteria is for MVP. Obviously, people that love Judge, they want to say batting average matters and slugging in some of those, categories. But again, home runs are big, and, if we didn't have Cal, we're not in the playoff, race whatsoever. So, and again, Judge and Ohtani can win it every year. I mean, is it so hard for Yankee fans to let someone other than Aaron win? 0-2 pitch, down goes Gino, strike swinging, and that is 2 away. But again, this is the year that Cal deserves it. And again, if he can get to 60 to 62 home runs, then there can't really be an argument from Yankee fans and Judge fans. At that point, you have to submit and say, yeah, but again, he's a catcher. He's not a center fielder. It's like these guys are like acting like Cal, is a center fielder, or someone like an Ohtani or a Judge. He's not. He's a catcher. And you have to put that in consideration also. The record for catchers at home runs was 48. He's almost at 60. Like, that means something. But apparently to Yankee fans, it doesn't, But again, imagine if Judge was a catcher and he was doing that. Oh, they would be all over it. But again, that's where you get the bias in baseball and the bias in sports, right? Takes a strike looking right down the middle, Dominic Canzone. 0-2 pitch, dribbler towards first base. I mean, and not only is he a catcher, a great defensive player, a switch hitter, and he's the catcher of this generation. There's no one even close to him. There's a few guys out there, Will Smith and, Adley Rutschman from last year, not really that good this year. There's a few guys, Salvador Perez, there's a few names, but let's be honest, there's nobody on Cal's level as far as catchers this year. He's in a league of his own. So, And I do think that he'll break his own record many, many times. And, it's like we're going to have the, Pudge Rodriguez, Buster Posey, Carlton Fisk, Gary Carter, Johnny Bench, Mike Piazza of this generation. And it's kind of exciting to see. 0-2 pitch, slow dribbler towards third, and throw to first, and down go the Mariners. 1-2-3. So it looks like we're going to have to wait for Kolek to go out to expand our lead. And I don't really think batting average. I mean, he's a catcher too. So, and again, you got to remember, in the last 3-4 years, the Mariners as a team were batting 180 to 220. And the only knock on Cal, his batting average was like, around 200. And obviously going from 200, even to 240 to 250, look at the significance, with the home runs that he has and the hits that he has. But again, he should win it, but again, we'll wait and see. There always are going to be haters that are out there, just like Mariano Rivera. He's the only one to be a unanimous Hall of Fame, inductee. But Derek Jeter deserved 100%. Ken Griffey Jr. deserved 100%. Ichiro deserves 100%. But you can definitely tell, there's racism, and there's also not only racism, but there's also hate, based on some of these writers, based on who they root for. And they purposely, did that to Jeter, Griffey, and Ichiro. So to have only Mariano Rivera as the only unanimous is bullshit. But again, it is what it is. Not every writer really knows or understands baseball, and they definitely hold grudges, and it shows. Facts. All right, let's go to the bottom of the fifth inning. See who's up next here for the Royals. Next up for the Royals, 1-for-1 left fielder, former Mariner, Adam Frazier. Batting second, 0-for-1 right fielder, Jack Caglione. And batting third, 0-for-1 with the K, catcher Carter Jensen. Trident's up. Let's go M's. I mean, I love Judge. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I got a Judge ball in that year where he had 62 home runs. I got a Judge autograph BGS, rookie card that's worth a pretty penny. I mean, I'm a fan of Judge. I'm a fan of Ohtani. I'm a fan of Cal. I'm a fan of greatness, but if there was ever a year that Judge didn't deserve to win it, with someone like Cal having this type of season, it's definitely this year. Judge will have plenty of times, to be able to get MVP, and same thing with Ohtani. But it's cool to see Schwarber and Cal having great years. 0-1 pitch, fouled off by Frazier. Behind the count now 0-2. Castillo down, Frazier in the box. (0-2) pitch to Frazier, low and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Castillo to Frazier, and great job by Luis Castillo today. There's been many, many starts where he's given up 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and had a fucking meltdown like Brash did yesterday, giving up 4 runs. I mean, hell, if he would have only given up 1 or 2, I think we would have won that game in extras. But again, when you give up 4, that's not going to be ideal when we had a 1-run lead. So 2-2 pitch to Frazier. Popped up, fading foul towards left field. Good souvenir for that fan. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Adam Frazier. Yeah, and catcher is the hardest position to play, to me in baseball. Just like offensive line is underappreciated, defense is underappreciated, and again, being a catcher is the hardest position to play. It's not easy. 3-2 pitch. Popped up. And hopefully that stays in play. It looks like it will. Naylor is there. Great defensive catcher for Cal. Great defensive first baseman, Josh Naylor. There we go. And that is 1 away. Next up, right fielder, Jack Caglione. Keep it going, Louise. You're doing great. And Caglione right there to Julio for 2 away. Great job by Julio Rodriguez. Always can count on him giving that effort. Down goes Caglione. Next up is Carter Jensen. And we're kind of going through the motions now with these last few innings with the Mariners and the Royals, but the game should open up once the starters go out. And as long as Matt Brash doesn't play, we'll be just fine. I don't think it really matters for us, at this point. Obviously, I mean, if we can have home field advantage and we can, get as many wins as possible as Jensen crushes it into right field, right in front of Dominic Canzone. Nice single there for him. But again, it doesn't matter if we play the Tigers, the Blue Jays, the Yankees, the Red Sox, or the Astros. I feel that we're confident that we can beat anybody, and we have the deepest roster in the American League. We may not have the best record, but I feel we have the best roster. And as long as we get hot and healthy at the right time, anything is possible. Winning the division, going to the ALDS, ACS, World Series. I mean, if we're talking about other years, that's not, like a relatable comment, or statement, but this year it could happen. Popped up into right field. Dominic Canzone is there. And there we go. That one was deep to the warning track, but not deep enough. Great job by Luis Castillo and Cal Raleigh calling a great game. End of the fifth inning, 1-0 Seattle. And then obviously if you're looking at the teams in the National League, obviously right now to me, I would assume the Phillies, the Brewers, and the Dodgers have to be the favorites. And then obviously the Cubs and the Padres are in the mix, but I think the teams that are the strongest, and even though the Dodgers haven't been very good in the second half of the season, we have seen them turn it on, when it matters most with Ohtani, Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, and Teoscar Hernandez. Usually the pitching and defense is what lets them down. But, it kind of feels like the Phillies, as well as the Brewers, they have to be probably the favorites. And if the Tigers and the Blue Jays are the favorites and we're third, so be it. We love being underdogs, and we'll see where it goes. But it really wouldn't shock me. If the Cubs or Padres made it to the World Series, it would be shocking. Obviously, if the Red Sox or Yankees make it, that would be extremely shocking because we feel the Astros, Mariners, Tigers, and Blue Jays are better. But again, it all depends on who gets hot and healthy at the right time. Let's go to the top of the sixth inning and see who's up next here for the Mariners. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. You haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Can we get an update on the likes? Where are we at? Are we at 100 yet? Hopefully we're pretty close. And again, we're looking for 100 on the dono train. We're at 10, 90 to go. And we're looking for 5 to 15 subs. Let's get it, baby. Next up for the Mariners, 0 for 1, Leo Ribas. Batting second, shortstop in the 9-hole, J.P. Crawford. Batting third, left fielder, Randy Arosarena. First pitch, Leo takes the strike looking, 0-1 count. Let's go, Leo. Leo chops that one foul. Behind in the count, 0-2 to Kolek. And once Kolek goes out, we should be able to open the game up. Top of the sixth, 1-0 Seattle. 74. And let's get some help from the people in the room all day, Cody and others. Let them know. We got 100 people in the room that haven't hit the like button. We only need 26 out of 100, and we're at 100. Takes 1 second to hit that like button. If you're enjoying the broadcast, do your boy a solid. It'll help us get more people in the stream. And Ribas pops it up into left field. Wow, what a catch by Adam Frazier. Holy cow. Great defense out there. Let's see if he actually catches it or not. Oh, wow, he does. And he slides. Beautiful. Nice job by Adam Frazier there. Can't hate on that. Great defense. Next up is J.P. Crawford. Ice water in his veins. We know he can do it defensively. And he's made some big plays like yesterday. Let's see if we can get some magic here in the box. First pitch, takes a strike, high and inside, 0-1 count. Come on, JP. Oh, 1 pitch, little slow dribbler. Throw to first, and that is 2 away. Who's going to be that Mariner that's going to hit that first home run to get us going? Next up, left fielder Randy Arozarena. And once we get that first home run, that second one will happen pretty quickly after. Come on now. Come on, Randy. Get on base. Single, double, triple home run. Come on, Randy. 240 average, 27 homers, 73 ribbies. 1-0 pitch. Takes a strike looking. 1 ball and 1 strike to Randy Arozarena. Come on, Randy. Stephen Kolek on the mound. Arozarena in the box. 1-1 pitch. High and away. 2 balls and 1 strike to Randy Arozarena. 2-1 pitch. Randy. And same spot, same location. Bobby Witt Jr. ain't getting past him. And an easy 1-2-3 inning. And I feel like I've said that on repeat for like the last 4 innings for both teams. Luckily, we have a 1-0 lead. Royals only have 3 hits. We only have 2. But luckily, we got the 1-0 lead. And luckily, Polo had that double and Naylor had the speed to score from first base. Otherwise, we would be sitting at 0-0 right now. Let's see who's up next here for the Royals. And we'll take a quick peek at the pitching stats as well. Next up, 0 for 2, center fielder Mike Yastrzemski. Batting second, 0 for 2 with a K, Bobby Witt Jr. And batting third, 0 for 2 with a K, Vinny Pasquantino. And let's take a look at the numbers. So for Kolek, 6 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 0 walks, solid. 5 Ks, 74 pitches, 57 strikes. So technically he could end up going another inning or 2 if they wanted. 3.59 ERA. And then let's look on the flip side with Luis Castillo. 5 innings pitched, 3 hits, no earned runs, no walks, but only 3 Ks. 75 pitches, 53 strikes, 3.66 ERA. So technically both guys could end up going 7 innings, but we will kind of potentially wait and see how this goes. And again, as long as we don't bring in Matt Brash, we will be just fine. Trident's up. Let's go M's. Pitcher's duel. Let him know. I mean, at this point, you would assume there's going to be some more hits, but it's been pretty quiet here early. And it really just depends on who comes in bullpen-wise. I mean, are we talking about him DHing as a rest day or just like completely off? Like not even, like I would assume at this point, he's going to have to play, probably almost every game. Maybe we could let him off on one of the days with the Rockies. We could have Garver catch and just have someone else DH'd and have him have a day off. But I would assume in 9 games left, we can only afford to have Cal have 1 day off, and it would be against the Rockies. We can't have him off in the Astros or the Dodgers. So I would assume, game 2 or game 3, preferably, that will probably be the game where we, if we're up 2-0 on the Rockies in the series, that would be the perfect day to give him some rest as we go to the Dodgers at home. So 1-2 pitch. Yastrzemski pops up. Dominic Canzone is there, and that is 1 away. DH as a rest day counts. So I would assume day off completely, 1 day, maybe game number 3 against the Rockies, and DHing, I would assume he'll DH once or twice, probably in the last 9 games. So, because, you got to think Garver's going to catch, once or twice. So next up is Bobby Witt Jr. Takes a strike, 0-1 count. Bottom of the 6th. Nobody on with 1 out, 1-0 Mariner lead in a pitcher's duel between Kolek and Castillo. 0-1 pitch is high and away. 1 ball and 1 strike to Bobby Witt Jr. All right, all day. Says we got 20 to go. And we got 100 people in the room that haven't hit the like button yet. Please do. We need 20 out of 100 and we'll hit that 100 number. Pitch is inside. 2 balls and 1 strike from Castillo to Witt. And it doesn't have to be just all day and Cody. It could be others in the room to encourage. Two-one pitch. And Cal is there. Nice job by Cal Raleigh. I have a confession here. In the late 80s, when I couldn't buy a Mariner jersey in the UK, I ended up buying a Royals 5. Wanted a baseball jersey. Name that player. George Brett. Am I right? Popped up by Pasquantino. And Randy is there, and that is out number 3. All right, let's go to the top of the 7th inning and see who's up next here for the Mariners. And I couldn't think of a better time for Cal to hit a home run to get it to 2-0 and breaking Ken Griffey Jr.'s record, my hero, right here. 0 for 2 with a K, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Hopefully he'll get a pitch right down the middle, and it might be the first pitch that he goes yard with. That's been kind of the trend lately. Let's go, Cal. Batting second, 0 for 2 with a K, Julio Rodriguez, another individual that's overdue for a home run. And batting third, first baseman, 1 for 2 with a run, Josh Naylor. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. Time to open the game up here in the top of the 7th, and we're very good in the 7th, 8th, and 9th, and we're very good with 2 outs. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. Let's take a look at the pitch count. So pitch count right now is 74 for Kolek, 84 for Castillo. And I mean, based on what happened with Matt Brash yesterday, it's possible that they decide to have him go one more inning. Because do we really want to risk having a fucking meltdown and then we lose the game? You know, Brash gave up 4 runs yesterday. And when that game, you know, if he only gives up 1 or 2, maybe we end up going to extras and winning after that late rally. So I think based on how good Cal and Castillo have connected today, yeah, I would let him go out for one more inning. Sam is like, I need that money. Cal, first pitch, crushes it towards right field, 0-1 count. Come on, big dumper. We're looking for home run number 57. The Mariner record is 56 by Ken Griffey Jr. And he had a 4-year stretch of hitting 48, to 56 home runs. And again, just to think that Cal might be able to do the same type of thing, in his career, it wouldn't be that shocking. And again, this is going to be a guy that potentially will be a Hall of Famer and go down as maybe the best catcher in this generation, which is exciting. 0-2 pitch. And that's strike 3 looking on Cal. Fuck. Great pitch by Kolek, and we might have to wait until the Astros series unless Cal gets one more at-bat later in the game. Down goes Cal on strikes. Kolek is wheeling and dealing. We might need a shittier pitcher to come in. Next up, center fielder Julio Rodriguez. And we'll see whose bullpen is stronger, the Royals or Mariners here today. That might end up being the winner of this game. First pitch to Julio, fouls it off himself, 0-1 count. I mean, if we end up underachieving, but we still win this game 1-0 and we win the series, we'll take it. But I'm really hoping that we can get to 3 or 4 before this game is over. And we're still looking for the first home run for the Mariners, and hopefully we get it. Let him know all day. 0-1 pitch to Julio. And Julio crushes it into center field, but it looks like it's going to stay in play. And Yastrzemski with a long run into right field, but makes it 2 away. Next up is first baseman Josh Naylor. But you got to give credit where credit's due for a guy that's only 5-5 and an ERA of 3.71. You would assume he's 10-2 with an ERA of 2.50. He has been magnificent today. First pitch is low and away. 1 count. Yeah, Huskies are going to beat the Cougs this weekend, and they're my sleeper team in college football this year. You know, Damon Williams is like Kyler Murray. You know, they got David Boston's son, Denzel Boston. Jonah Coleman's one of the best running backs in the nation. You know, defense is pretty solid. Offensive line is good. You know, they're going to start climbing the rankings. 2-0 pitch. Pitch right down the middle, takes a strike to Naylor. But it's cool to be able to see the Ducks and the Huskies. You know, we're still not getting the proper appreciation, you know, across the nation for both teams yet. But again, at some point, you know, I'm hoping, you know, it'll be like Ohio State, Penn State, Oregon, and the Huskies. I would love for them to be like the 4th best team, you know, even with teams like Michigan and, you know, Wisconsin and a few others, Iowa. You know, if Washington keeps recruiting and they keep, you know, working hard, you know, they can climb the ladder and be right up there with Ohio State or Penn State in the near future. And I'm hoping that they have some great success this year. And I'm a Duck fan for that, you know. So again, you know, I like seeing the Huskies play well. I always follow the Cougs and the Beavers as well. And obviously Beavers are terrible. Cougars are average. Huskies are looking really good this year, and the Ducks have a chance for a natty. But as long as Dan Lanning stays, we'll see where that goes. But hopefully the Huskies and Ducks can continue their success for the Pacific Northwest. 2-2 pitch. Low and at the knees. Count now is full to Josh Naylor. 3 balls and 2 strikes from Kolek to Naylor. Yeah, Seattle's great. I love road tripping to watch Mariner games. It's one of my favorite things to do. Pitch is inside, and that's a walk to Naylor. There we go. Kolek with a mini meltdown. We'll take it. I mean, I love going to Eugene and watching Duck games, but I love going to Seattle. It's a beautiful city. People are so friendly. You know, lots of sights to see, and going to Mariner games is so much fun. Naylor with the walk, and hopefully Polo can do the same thing that he did early in the game, get a double and score Naylor from first, or possibly get a single, double, triple, or home run. Let's go Polo. First pitch to Polo. Crushes it into left field. Fading foul. 0-1 count. Come on, Polo. Open this game up. Throw to first. Safe. I'm waiting for that first home run. Could it be you, Jorge Polanco, making this game 3-0? We're not looking back if that happens. Come on, Polo. Single, double, triple, home run. Let's go. 0-1 pitch with Naylor at first. Kolek on the mound, winding down. Pitch is low and into the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike to Jorge Polanco. Come on, Polo. Come on, baby. 1-1 pitch. Takes a strike on the corner. Low and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That was kind of outside of the zone. But again, Royals are getting the favorable calls here today. Just like yesterday and the day before. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Jorge Polanco. Come on, Polo. 1-2 pitch from Kolek incoming. 1-2 pitch. And fouls it off himself. That's a regular thing now for the Mariners, it seems like, as long as they're not hurting themselves. Top of the 7th, 1-0 Mariner lead with a runner at first with 2 outs. You know, I was thinking the bats would come alive and we would score 6-10, you know, and I didn't really know what Castillo was going to bring, but definitely did not expect a pitcher's duel. But if we win 1-0, we'll take it, but I'm hoping we can get to 3 or 4 before this one's up. Come on, Polo. 1-2 pitch. Pitch is high and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jorge Polanco. Come on, baby.
Oh my gosh.
2-2 pitch. Fouls it off behind the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Stephen Kolek, who's been magnificent today. Jorge Polanco in the box. Come on, baby. You've been getting singles and doubles at a rapid pace in the last 12 games. Find a way to keep this inning going. Yeah, I mean, I would rather have stayed in the Pac-12, and had the Huskies and, USC and UCLA stay as well. But it's all about greed and money, for the Pac-12 commissioners. And obviously Beavers losing their coach and losing a lot of transfers. It's not ideal, especially going 0-3. It's the worst the team has been in like 25 years. Big swing and a miss, and down goes Polo, and that's the end of the inning. We leave Naylor stranded at first, but I mean, they don't even want to have it called the Civil War anymore. And obviously, even if the Ducks didn't have the money, we still would win that game this year, but I don't know. I feel bad for the Beavers, honestly. I still watch and pay attention. I have a lot of friends that are, Beaver fans, and I have friends that are Cougar fans as well, Husky fans. And, obviously the Ducks and the Huskies are on the up and up, and, the Cougs and the Beavers are kind of stuck there, and again, they're going to expand, the Pac-12 in the, upcoming years, but the history and the tradition is gone. And, you have the Pac-12 commissioners and their greed to thank for it. And, I hope things get better for the Beavers. But again, losing your coach, to Michigan State and then losing all the transfers, it's just, it's kind of heartbreaking, And again, I know the Beavers and Ducks are supposed to hate each other, but at some point, it's like, I'm not trying to have a pity party or anything, but I don't want to see them fucking go 0-3 and, win like 1 or 2 games this year. They've never been that bad, but it's not looking too good this year. And we know Oregon will win that game on Saturday, and they're going to win big. And we'll see where it goes, moving forward. But I wish the Beavers the utmost respect and success in the future. But, it really is going to come down to getting a good coach and having someone that's not going to bail. If you would have been able to keep the coach, the players would have stayed, and he bailed. And it sucks when that happens. The NIL obviously has opened up. You're always going to get illegal shit that's going on with money and benefits from boosters. Every school does it. It just depends on who gets caught. But now with the NIL, not a whole lot of loyalty from players and coaches. But hopefully it'll get better for them in the near future. But this year it's been a disaster for the Beavers, unfortunately. Bottom of the 7th, 1-0 Seattle. And Castillo, day is done, and Brazzardo is coming in, who probably should have came in for Brash yesterday, and we probably would have won. Great job by Luis, and hopefully Brazzardo will be good here. Michael Garcia in the box. Come on, Eduard Brazzardo, most improved player from last year to this year. Slow dribbler, right past him. Throw to first, and that is 1 away. There we go. Good start. Down goes Michael Garcia, and a fantastic job by Luis Castillo. Much better than Bryce Miller. Next up is Salvador Perez. First pitch, high and away on the line, 0-1 count. I wouldn't say Brash is the man. Giving up 4 runs is not the man. He used to be good in the first half of the season, but he's not trustworthy in the second half. And again, he did have Tommy John, and he didn't show any signs of it in the first half, and he was electric, with Mooney. But in the second half, he hasn't been reliable, And again, it's like normally he's a really, really good, solid piece, but I don't trust him, And again, trust is earned, not given. He had a couple, 3-run, disasters, But giving up 4 is unexcusable. Can't hit the strike zone anymore. And I don't know if he's injured or if it's a mental thing, but I mean, I'd rather have Carlos Vargas come out than him. What does that say? 1-2 pitch. Popped up. Fading foul. I mean, normally Brash is a pretty fucking good player, you know? But again, it's like I don't trust Gabe Spire either. You know, like really Bizzardo and Mooney might be the only ones I really trust. And then everyone else is kind of 50-50. You kind of hope the best, but you expect the worst. And right back. Throw to first. And there we go. 2 away. Next up, left fielder Adam Frazier. But I wouldn't go as far as, you know, saying he sucks, Cody. He doesn't suck, but he's just sucking right now, lately, you know, within the last couple months. Just not really the most trustworthy guy late in games, not being able to hit the strike zone and, you know, not really having the confidence on the mound, which you need, especially being a guy that comes in late in games. Takes a strike looking outside, 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch to Frazier and crushes it into right field. Foul behind in the count, 0-2. I mean, you know, guys can suck and then get better. Look at Donovan Solano. He was fucking terrible at the beginning of the year, you know, batting under 100, and then he ended up being kind of not good, but average, you know? So guys can go through, you know, times where in baseball you're going to go through peaks and valleys. Big punch out. See you later, Frazier. Great job by Bizzardo. But I guarantee if Bizzardo would have came in late instead of Brash, we would have won yesterday. And again, Bizzardo is, you know, used to be one of the worst on the team with Taylor Saucedo last year. Now, he's probably the most reliable guy that we have in the pen other than our closer, Andres Munoz. And again, these guys are human. You know, they're going to fuck up, you know, but I'm about consistency. Who's the most consistent? And Brash is not reliable. Gabe Spire is not reliable. Caleb Ferguson's not reliable. Carlos Vargas was terrible at the beginning of the year with Dylan Moore, but he's gotten better lately, but still fucks up once in a while. And again, Mooney, you know, has fucked up a couple times and blown some saves, but overall has been great, you know. And again, Bizzardo and Mooney, I trust. Everyone else, not really, you know. And again, trust is earned, not given. But hopefully those guys will get better because we're going to need Brash to be good if we want to try to make a deep run. We can't have him blow games and give up fucking 4 runs when we're up by 1, and then all of a sudden he comes out, we're down by 3. And we rallied. We almost came back, but it was a little too late. Let's go to the top of the 8th inning. 1-0 Mariners. Next up for the Mariners, 0 for 2 with 2 Ks after going 4 for 4. And again, as streaky as they come, good vibes only, Eugenio Suarez. He went 0 for a billion for like a month and a half. Then he goes 4 for 4. I did predict his home run yesterday. And again, you know, it seems like he's getting back to his old ways. But again, hopefully he can get us a clutch hit or even just get, you know, hit by a pitch or walked. Just get on base so that way the next hitter might be able to knock you in. Batting second, right fielder Dominic Canzone. And then batting third, second baseman Leo Rivas. Pitch fouled back by Gino, 0-1 count. Yeah, I mean, I think right now, Wu, Kirby, and Gilbert have been pretty good. But I think I trust Wu and Kirby more than Gilbert right now. Gilbert, you know, some, you know, starts have been pretty fucking amazing. But then there's been others where, you know, he throws into the dirt way too much. And, you know, it seems like, I don't know if he's just getting tired or, you know, it's still recovering from his injury. And remember, we had 3 guys hurt this year, you know, Gilbert, Kirby, and Miller. And most teams that have 3 out of their 5 starters hurt, you know, you don't make the playoffs. So, you know, for us to be as good as we are is pretty amazing. Pitch fouled off. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Kolek to Gino. And obviously they're keeping Kolek out there as long as possible, you know, so that way they don't have a bullpen meltdown. 1-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss. And this is really more of a Kolek thing rather than a Mariners hitter thing. When you go against a pitcher that's locked in, no matter who you're going against, you know, it's tough. But when you go against a shitty pitcher, then, the Mariners can open the game up like we did, obviously, as we saw in game number 1 when we won 12-5. So, completely different story here today. Next up is Dominic Canzone. First pitch is outside, 1-0 count. Come on, Dom. We need a Dom bomb, baby. One 0 pitch. And Dom fouls it off himself there. 1 ball and 1 strike to Dominic Canzone. I mean, Royals are trying to play spoiler here. How often do you see a pitcher go fucking 8 innings? I mean, 7 is even rare, but 8? But the game is 1-0. So, I mean, normally you're only going to see that situation unless the guy is battling for like a no-hitter. But hopefully we can get something here. 1-1 pitch. Dom. Little throw to first from Massey. And that is 2 away. But we just have no answers right here for Kolek this Thursday afternoon. But at least we're up 1-0 thanks to Jorge Polanco and Josh Naylor. All right, baby. Time to be able to pull out some magic. 0 for 2, Leo Rivas. And Dan Wilson having a word with one of the umps. Challenging the position of the infielder on the grass. That's interesting. What are we doing here? And hopefully Leo Rivas will give us a solo dinger right here to be able to get us a 2-0 lead. Six more likes to get to 100. Let's get there. So feet have to be on the dirt. Don't look like it there. Let's see where it's at. Pretty close. Yeah, is it ball in play or on the pitch? These little tiny, rules that they have. But again, at this point, we have to find any kind of advantage, especially in a 1-0 game. We're at 95, 5 to go. What's the call? I mean, the attention to detail in that particular, instance is kind of wild because, sometimes we have Dan Wilson, pull a guy too soon or keep a guy in too long, but now they're going to have to kind of go into the rule book. Like, how far does the foot have to touch, where he's got to be in the dirt and not touching the grass? Because the back end of his heel is in the grass, but where is the call? Is it in play or, before the first pitch? Interesting. I don't know if I've seen this call all year. But they're looking at it closely. $103. There we go, Cody. 22 more to get to 125. But again, this is the first time that I've seen this particular challenge or review all year in 2025. Maybe for any game that I've watched, honestly. But again, the reason why they're doing this is that because if it does get, called, Dom will still be at bat. So I would assume. Oh, the batter will go to first. There we go. So again, good eye with detail there. And then we get Dominic Canzone to go to first. Here we go. I mean, again, and that might seem silly to some people, but again, if you are on the grass and you need to be on the dirt, that is a good call. I mean, it is in the rule book. And again, it does reward, Dominic Canzone to go to first now. And that could be the guy that comes home to give us the win. especially if Rivas ends up hitting a big home run here or getting a big RBI. And again, this is like, you're only going to see a review like this like once a season. You're not, I mean, and I imagine since we've done it once, when we play the Astros or the Dodgers, or maybe even in the playoffs, we're going to be able to kind of monitor this as well, because it could end up changing the outcome of a game. Some little subtle things, And now we got Leo Rivas up there. And not only that, instead of having 2 outs, now we only have 1. So this could be really a turning point in the game. And again, let's hope that Leo can get a single, double, triple home run right here. And again, that could be the difference. I mean, we're still up 1-0. It's not like we're down 1-0. But again, if we can get another run or 2 for insurance, depending on who we bring in, that would be ideal. And we've gained some subs since I last checked. We only need 62 now. We've gained 5. 62 subs to go to 22,000. And that's where we're trying to get. 62 to go. We should be able to hit that by the Astro series. And then obviously the next goal will be 23,000, 24,000, 25,000. And then long-term goals, 50,000, 75,000. And then the ultimate goal is 100,000 subs and beyond. And I do think that we will hit that number, at some point or another. Top of the 8th inning, 1-0 Mariners. Dominic Canzone at first after that replay call ended up going correctly, based off the call. And, even the umps were kind of shocked. And again, the attention to detail by the Mariners staff to be able to notice that is not something that we're normally known for. If anything, we're usually letting things like that slide and not even noticing them. But again, in a crucial game where we need to be able to win this series and try to win 2 out of 3 against Houston, sweep the Rockies at home 3 in a row, try to win 2 out of 3 against the Dodgers at home, easier said than done. Every win matters. We want to try to get to 90 so we can win the AL West for the first time since 2001. And we got Robles pinch running for Dom, which is smart. Hopefully Robles will be able to get to second and swipe that bag at some point. And Daniel Lynch, the 4th, is in. So now we might be able to rake. Let's go. Leo Rivas is in. 1-0 pitch in there for a strike. Finally, we get Steven Kolek out of the damn game. Daniel Lynch, the 4th, on the mound. Leo Rivas in the box. Takes a pitch inside. Yeah, but whoever was on the scout, team and, taking a look at these little details, big. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Leo Rivas. One-two pitch, and Rivas pops up into right field, and Caglione is there, and that is 2 away. Next up is shortstop J.P. Crawford. This would be a great time for J.P. to homer like he did yesterday to give us a 3-0 lead, or at least to get on base to continue the inning. Let's go. Yeah, I mean, as far as old school players, I think that's everybody's, favorite. Griffey, Ichiro, Edgar, Randy, and Felix. And then obviously if we're talking about modern day, we can throw in Cal and Julio. And then if you like anybody else, on that level, but I mean, we're talking about guys that are Hall of Fame or, right there, right? Oh, 1 pitch. But there's other guys that, may not be as good as those guys that we all loved, like Jay Buhner, and then guys that weren't on the team as long, like John Olerud, or guys like Kyle Seager, Adam Jones. I mean, Nelson Cruz, right? Raul Ibanez, as far as he may not be as good as Griffey, Ichiro, Edgar, Randy, and Felix, but I love me some Raul. But it kind of just depends on what era we're talking about. But yeah, those are definitely, I think, a majority of old school Mariners top 5. Absolutely. 1-1 pitch. And fair ball down the right field. Go, baby, go. Go, baby, go, Victor. Go, Victor. Go, Victor. Yes. Yes. 2-0 Mariners. There we go. And the challenge works in our favor. Bang. Hell yeah. Let's go, baby. And JP Crawford coming up. Big ice water in his veins down that right field, and having Victor Robles run for Dominic Canzone. Another brilliant decision by Dan Wilson, Edgar Martinez, and Seitzer. And just like that, 2-0 Mariners. We're winning, baby. Let's go. And again, sometimes you got to be patient, for being a, Mariner fan. So A-Rod is not in the conversation because he's a douchebag. We don't claim him as a Mariner. Anyone that does steroids and PEDs, you want to chase the money and go to Texas, and you want to go to New York. And I know some people love Alex Rodriguez, but I think a majority of us could care less. Like, was he great when he first came up in the organization with Griffey? Yes. He was one of the best in the world, 100%. But I think his overall attitude and just the human being that he is after he left Seattle, kind of a douchebag. So, I don't claim him, and I don't think most Mariner fans do either. If we're going to be talking about Rodriguez, we talk about one, and we talk about Julio, but I don't claim A-Rod, and, I know some Mariner fans do, but that's not my cup of tea. 1-0 pitch. And that is out number 3. I mean, there's a lot of guys that I would, again, we do things clean, and he didn't do the steroids or the PEDs with us. He did them obviously with Texas and New York and whatnot, but, just who he is, it's not prototypical to what we're used to as like Mariners, doing things the right way, not cheating, working hard, not being a fucking douchebag. And, I think that might be the only douchebag that we've ever had, honestly, and again, some people love him, and that's completely fine, but we don't claim him here in Seattle or Oregon or the Pacific Northwest. All right, let's go to the bottom of the 8th inning and let's see who's up next here for the Royals. Big RBI there by J.P. Crawford, and it shows you how important that challenge really was. And again, we went from 1-0 to 2-0, and great scouting by the Mariner organization, and notice that attention to detail by Massey. Next up, 0 for 2, right fielder Jack Caglione. Batting second, 1 for 2 with a K, catcher Carter Jensen. And batting third, 0 for 2, second baseman Michael Massey. But again, did A-Rod, play fantastic baseball for his career? Yes. Was he one of the best players in the world when he was playing? Yes, he was. But again, I don't have to like you just because you were a good player, and whatnot. And really, it's not necessarily what he did on the field that made me not like him. It was what he said off the field, and based on what he did off the field with the steroids and the PEDs. I got no respect for anyone that's going to cheat to try to be able to, gain, more money and more, obviously, credentials when you got guys that are doing it clean and doing it the right way. So, Omar Vizquel, love him. John Olerud, love him. Tino Martinez, love him. Raul Bañez, love him. Kyle Seager, love him. Adam Jones, love him. Richie Sexton, love him. A-Rod, not so much. And Gabe Spire is coming in. Let's go, Gabe. We need the good Gabe here. Let's go. One 1-0 count to Caglione. Come on, Gabe. Check swing, little bunt. Get it, Gabe. Throw to first. Safe. Damn it. Is that going to be reviewed? That was close. Look at that or not. No, they're not going to challenge. Nice run there by Caglione. Next up is Carter Jensen. We need a strikeout and a double play, or a double play and a strikeout. Let's get it. Spire on the mound. Carter Jensen in the box. Popped up. Julio Rodriguez is there. And there we go. We get the cheap pop-up. One away. Next up is second baseman Michael Massey. Oh, no, they're going to go Grichuk. They're going to go with a pinch hitter here. Is Randall coming in? Oh, it's Jonathan India. Oh, they switched it. Okay. India batting in for Massey here. Pitch is high and away. 2-0 count to Jonathan India. India in the box. Gabe Spire on the mound. 2-0 pitch turns into 3-0. Come on, Gabe. We can't have a meltdown like Brash yesterday. Come on now. .30 pitch. Finally gets a strike there. 3 balls and 1 strike to Jonathan India. Captain in the building. What's good? Let's go, baby. 1-0 lead after Naylor got on. Polo ended up hitting a double that got him to score from first. Naylor to give us the 1-0 lead, and that was really it for the whole game, besides a big challenge here late. And then we ended up having Robles pinch running for Dom, who got rewarded a base off a challenge and a call that was correct. And JP with a big RBI late in the matchup. And it's been a pitcher's duel. Luis Castillo was magnificent. And again, we can't really say that often. But if it was, Cal was catching. If Garver was catching, we would have been fucked today. So thankfully we had Cal, and we're on the cusp of hopefully starting another win streak. 3-2 pitch. That's strike 3, baby. Nice job by Gabe Spire. Way to bring that electricity. See ya later, Jonathan India, who got benched, obviously, for his poor performance after game 1. Beautiful job by Gabe. That's the Gabe that we love. 2 away. And now Tolbert coming in to pinch hit. Tolbert's had a few hits since he's been pinch hitting in the series and coming into the game for the very first time. 293 average, 1 homer, 6 ribbies. Hopefully Gabe will get this out here quickly, and then we'll go to the top of the 9th and see if we can get one more. And Tolbert pops up, and Victor Robles is there. And that is out number 3. Great job by Gabe. And we're on the cusp of winning this series. And again, we needed to win 2 out of 3 here. Try to win 2 out of 3 against the Astros. Sweep the Rockies. Try to win 2 out of 3 against the Dodgers. And again, yesterday sucked with Matt Brash, but we're going to make up for it here today. Let's go. Fucking go. And we got one last opportunity for Cal Raleigh to break a record. He's at 56 home runs, tying my hero, Ken Griffey Jr., my 2 heroes, my dad and Ken Griffey Jr. And obviously, if he can do that as a catcher, it's just unbelievable. And he hasn't really got a whole many baseballs obviously with Kolek was wheeling and dealing. So again, now, if it ends up being Daniel Lynch, he can homer off him. So we'll see how this ends up playing out, but hopefully we get something here out of Cal Raleigh. Batting second, 0 for 3 with a K. Center fielder Julio Rodriguez, another individual that's overdue for a home run. And batting third, 1 for 2 with a run and a walk, first baseman Josh Naylor. I mean, I would love for us to get to 3 or 4 before this game is up, but it'll really depend on what we get out of Cal and Julio. I mean, best case scenario, Cal hits home run number 57, Julio hits another home run for 31, and then we're at 4-0, and then we just start cooking. But, we're going to need those home runs against the Astros just as much, and we might have to wait for Cal to break the record against Houston. That would be kind of fitting, against our number one rival. But if he can get one right down the middle, and if Lynch is going to throw it right to him, we could see Cal make history here. Yeah, Munoz in the ninth. TJ in the building, what's good? And I put Mooney on social media today because I was confident that we were going to win, as far as like my posts. And I normally don't put, bullpen guys or closers, in there unless I'm pretty confident. And again, I didn't think it was going to be this low scoring. I thought, maybe Castillo would give up 3 or 4. We would score 6-10 today. But I did not assume that Kolek would be so fucking lights out. And Castillo was lights out as well. So sometimes you end up getting surprised even with your own team. Big swing and a miss by Cal. 0-1 count, called time. Yeah, but they may or may not, put Mooney in. We'll see. I mean, we can't put Brash in. Bizzardo already pitched. So who would we go to? Vargas? Do you trust Vargas to close the game out? I don't know. So again, you don't want to fuck around and find out. You fuck around and find out, you lose. So that's what happened with Brash yesterday. So, I mean, we don't have Gabe. We don't have Bizzardo. They already pitched. You don't trust Brash. I mean, it's really going to be either Vargas or Mooney. And, I mean, if Vargas came in and gave up 3 runs and we lose 3-2, how would the fan base feel? Probably not very good. And then we probably would only win 1 game out of 3 against the Astros or none. So we need to make sure we take care of business. So if it's me, I throw Mooney out there. Fuck it. I mean, it's not like his arm is going to fall off in, a half inning. We can use him in the Astros series as well. 2-2 pitch. I mean, unless you guys trust Caleb Ferguson, I fucking don't. Vargas, not really. But, and no, Mooney has meltdowns once in a while, but that's the most trustworthy guy we have left. And we're up 2-0. Why not? Count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Big Dumper, Cal Raleigh. Yeah, but that's assuming that the game is going to be close tomorrow. We don't know that. Cal crushes it into right field. There we go, baby. Nice single by Cal. I mean, there's no guarantee the game's close tomorrow. We might actually be using Mooney in game 2 or game 3. Wishful thinking, but again, the only way we're going to win 2 out of 3 is if we win game 1. And, that could happen that, but it might not, Could end up being, a situation where we're tied and we don't put him in, or we're down a run. Nice job by Cal Raleigh getting a nice base hit there. We're going to have to wait to the Astros series for him to make history. Next up is Julio Rodriguez. Come on, J-Rod. Home run number 31. Give it to me. First pitch to Julio. 0-1 count. 2-0 Mariners in the top of the ninth. .269 average, 30 homers, 93 ribbies. And they got Clark on the mound for Daniel Lynch IV and Julio Rodriguez in the box. .1-0 pitch. Wow, that's outside of the zone. This ump is fucking terrible. There's so much favoritism for the Royals in this series. I mean, luckily we're on the potential cusp of winning 2 out of 3, but come on, man. That one was on the line. Slow dribbler by Julio, double play, throw to first, and got him. Come on, Julio. That's not ideal. 2 away. Next up is Josh Naylor. Let's see if we can get a 2-out rally going. Because if Naylor can get on base, maybe we get some magic out of Polo, who has been hot lately. But that challenge by Dan Wilson, Seitzer, and Edgar was beautiful. Rewarded Canzone that free bag. We had Robles pinch run, which was excellent. And he ended up coming home with a big RBI by JP. Like literally, you couldn't have booked it better. Let's go Nails. Let's go Big Grumper. Let's go Josh Naylor. See if we get a little magic here out of Nails. 1-0 count. Clark on the mound. Naylor in the box. 1-0 pitch. Hit right up the middle. Get it! Yes! Naylor reaching first 3 times today, and now we're going to have a chance to keep the rally going with Jorge Polanco. Come on, Polo. Give us some magic, baby. First pitch down the middle, 0-1 count. And you know what's crazy? 99% of the time when the Mariners don't hit a home run, we lose. You know, because it's like 50 to 51% of our total runs come from home runs. So this will be one of those like odd games where we actually win a game without hitting a home run. But, you know, we still got one more out to prevent that from happening. Maybe we get some magic out of Polo and we win 4-0. Come on, Polo. Polo chops that one foul behind the plate, 0-2 count. But I'll take a single just to keep the inning going. All 3 games against the Astros are in the afternoon. So they're on at like 4 o'clock Pacific or later. You'll have to look up the exact time, but Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all between 4 and 5 o'clock, I believe, Pacific time. So if it's like 4 to 5, maybe like 4:40, you know, something like that, 5 o'clock, someone can look that up and they'll be able to give you the answer. Top of the 9th, 2-0 Seattle. Clark on the mound, Polo in the box. But we'll be doing all 3 games. So I'll try to do, maybe Ducks Beavers on Saturday and then the Mariner game on Saturday evening. Sunday we'll do Mariners, and because it's on around the same time as Sunday Night Football, so we're going to do Mariners instead of Sunday Night Football. Key game against the Stros. So, and then obviously we'll be doing the game tomorrow on Friday. 0-2 pitch. Polo pops up into center field. Should be an easy play there, and that is out number 3. All right, we didn't end up extending the lead. Captain says 5:10 Pacific. And we got Andres Munoz coming in because we don't want to fuck around and find out. And let's hope that we get the good Mooney here. Can't have a repeat of the brash performance yesterday. Absolutely not. We're going to win this game 2-0. All the photos for Mooney. I can't risk any fucking meltdowns like we had yesterday. And if that means that we got to bust out 4 photos for Mooney to make sure that we win this, then that's what we're going to do.
Oh my gosh.
Go to the bottom of the 9th, 2-0 Mariner lead. Let's see who's up next here for the Royals. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Did we hit 125 yet? We have almost 300 in the room. Hopefully we're somewhere in that 125, 150 range. Next up, 0 for 3 with a K, Bobby Witt Jr. Batting second, first baseman, Vinny Pasquantino. And batting third baseman, cleanup hitter, Michael Garcia. All right, let's see if we can get 30 more likes to get to 150. I mean, we got 300 in the room. That shouldn't be a problem. $60 subs to go. Low and outside, 1-0 count. 60 subs to go to 22,000. If you're in the room and you haven't smashed that like button yet or hit that sub button yet, please do. Help us get there, baby. Bottom of the ninth, 2-0 Seattle. Mooney on the mound, Witt in the box. 1-0 pitch, takes a strike looking. Beautiful slider. Off speed, 83 miles an hour. High and inside. 1 ball and 1 strike from Mooney to Bobby Witt Jr. One pitch. Big swing and a miss. Mooney is on. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Bobby Witt Jr. And again, if Bobby was 3 for 3 right now, you know, we would be shaking in our pants, but 0 for 3 with a K. You know, if Mooney keeps pitching like this, we should be able to get him out. Come on, Mooney. 1-2 pitch. Popped up. And that's fading foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Andres Munoz to Bobby Witt Jr. Bottom of the ninth, 2-0 Mariner lead. Try dance up. Let's go, M's. One, 2 pitch. And fouled behind the plate. Count still remains 1 ball and 2 strikes to Bobby Witt Jr. Andres Munoz on the mound. Bobby Witt Jr. in the box. 1-2 pitch. Got him! There's my boy. Way to bring that electricity, baby. 1 away. Next up is first baseman Vinny Pasquantino. Great job. 0 for 4 for Bobby Witt Jr. Are you fucking kidding me? We'll take it. First pitch to Pasquantino in there for a strike. And this is when you know Mooney is on. You know, when he's getting ahead of the count. 0-1 or 0-2 and he's, you know, in the strike zone. You know, when things are going terrible like Brash, it's all over the place. And right now looking pretty good. 0-1 pitch. Crushes it into right field. And that's going to be a double. Run! Robles jogging. Pasquantino jogging. Come on now. And now they got a runner at second in scoring position as they show a Sasquatch in the outfield. I didn't know Bigfoot lived in Kansas City. Bottom of the ninth, Pasquantino, the most underrated player on the team with a big double there. Come on, Mooney. And now we're going to need a double play to end this, or a strikeout and, a pop up or ground out, just something cheap. Next up is Michael Garcia. Right there, right down the middle, 0-1 count. So I don't know if that was really a Mooney thing. That was just hey, Pasquantino is a very good player, and he connected right on the sweet spot. And again, but Mooney is on right now. It's not like he is having a meltdown. Just a good hit. 0-1 pitch. Foul behind the plate. Here we go. 0-2. 1 more strike, and we get him out. Let's go. Let's go, Mooney. He's locked in right now. Sometimes you just got to give credit to the other team for doing something good. Nice hit by Pasquantino, but that's where it ends. 0-2 pitch from Munoz to Garcia. Smoke him. Pitch is high and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Mooney to Garcia. Come on, Mooney. Michael Garcia in the box. Andres Munoz on the mound. Come on, Mooney. Close the door. Shut it. 1-2 pitch. Got him! Two away. Next up is Salvador Perez. Come on, Mooney. And we're going to have a mound visit here, which is a perfect time to be able to have strategy here, because we know there's three players that always seem to kill the Mariners. Jose Altuve, Salvador Perez, Mike Trout. And we know some of those guys are getting a little older, but again, you never, ever can doubt those guys. And you have to really give it your all, because at any given moment, they can do something big. So let's try to prevent that big thing from happening and get this last out and win this series. And then we start a 3-game set in Houston, in H-Town, against our number one rival, the Houston Astros. Bottom of the ninth, runner at second with 2 outs. Salvador Perez in the box, Mooney on the mound. First pitch. Did he go? No, he did not. 1-0 count. Let's get to 150. 6 more to go. Come on, Munoz. But Munoz is locked in right now. 1-0 pitch. Pitch is inside. And I say it hit him. Wow, really? Come on, Mooney. So it hit him, but it went into Cal's glove. I don't think so. How did it hit him if it went into Cal's glove? This ump has money on the Royals. I mean, I don't know if I've seen such a lopsided, again, he's calling strikes, balls, strikes, against us all game and all series. Come on. Fuck out of here with that. So Salvador Perez gets hit by the pitch, but it magically ends up in Cal's mitt. This ump has got money on this game or something. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Wow, they reviewed it and say it stands? What the fuck is going on here? Runners at first and second with 2 outs. Is this a makeup call? Because we ended up getting the call on Massey, and we ended up getting Dom to go to first, and then we ended up going up 2-0? What kind of bullshit is this? The fuck? All right. I get it if the umps are going to be against us on the road, but what are we doing here? Next up is Adam Frazier, former Mariner. Got to get this last out. I don't know if I've ever seen a guy get rewarded, hit by pitch when it ends up magically in the catcher's glove. That might be the first time ever. First pitch. Frazier in there with a strike. 0-1 count. Come on, Mooney. We got to fight the adversity. They're trying to screw us. Not happening today. 0-1 count. Let's go. 0-1 pitch. Crushes it. Foul. Into left field. No balls and 2 strikes to Adam Frazier. Come on, Mooney. Andres Munoz on the mound. Adam Frazier in the box. Let's go, Seattle. Trident's up. Come on. Smoke them. 0-2 pitch. Yes! And there it is. Mariners win. Boom. He struck out. Ball landed on the ground. They had the little tag, throw to first. And that is out number 3. And there we go, baby. We're tied with the Astros. First place. And again, the umps were against us. They had money on this game. But guess what? It didn't matter. Mariners win. Fuck yeah. Big win. Big win. Final score, Mariners 2, Royals 0. And when the Mariners win, what do? We fucking dance. Mariners win. Mariners win. Mariners win. Fuck yeah. Way to bring that electricity. And great job at Andres Munoz battling not only the Royals, but the umps. I don't think I've ever seen a call where we said the player got hit by a pitch, but it magically ended up in the catcher's glove. Get the fuck out of here. but at least we don't have to worry about this team anymore. In 2025, they're eliminated. And again, now we can set our sights tied for first place against the Astros, and we're going to try to win 2 out of 3 on the road. And I'll be live tomorrow for game number 1, live on Saturday for game number 2, and live on Sunday for game number 3. Let's go. And yeah, I haven't decided if I'm going to do the Bills-Dolphins today. I want to spend some time with my pup and whatnot, and we already know it's going to be Bills by like 30. Dolphins have 0% chance of winning, but I'll kind of mull it over. I haven't made a thumbnail yet for the game and whatnot, but we'll see. I want to make sure I have a rested voice because I got to do the Mariners Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and on Saturday I'm probably going to do Ducks Beavers, and I know the Ducks are going to win that game by 30 or more as well. But I want to make sure I don't have my voice disappear on the games that matter the most. So, well, I love you guys and I appreciate you guys very, very much. Final score for the Seattle Mariners, 2, Kansas City Royals, 0. We win the series 2 games out of 3. And again, I'll be live either later today for Bills Dolphins if you check social media. If not, I'll be live obviously tomorrow for the first game for the Mariners and the Astros. Love you guys and I appreciate you guys very, very much. And I got one question for you. Who talk sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, and I'm out. Try dance up, go M's.